Hey guys, the Explorer of 4 here, the Horror Boy. Welcome back to some more reviews, and welcome back to the Universal Monster movie reviews. And today, we are getting to probably so far, next to Dracula, one of my favorite Universal Monster movies so far. Actually, the two recent ones that I'll be doing reviews for are two absolutely wonderful films. But in this review, I'll be touching on the 1941 classic, which if I can get it in frame. It's so hard to get these posters in frame on my phone. But right there, The Wolfman from 1941 gets a 7.3 on IMDb, entered by George Wagner. And George Wagner had made other films such as Shady Lady, Ghost Town Riders, Western Trails, Outlaw Express, Horror Island. Um, so Yeah, I'm not really familiar too much with his work. I haven't really seen a lot of his movies. He also did a lot of TV stuff, like a lot of TV. Um, so yeah, directed by George Wagner, or yeah, Wagner. And this isn't the first Wolfman movie I've reviewed. I've actually reviewed the 2010 remake, and I gave it a mega ultra freaking rant because it sucked, and I thought it was awful. Now, this one I absolutely love, which, of course, in the front, you got a picture right there of the Wolfman. I love a lot of things in this movie. I don't even really think I have any problems with it, to be honest. It's one of my favorite Universal Monster movies so far. Um, I don't know if I'd say my favorite or not. I mean, it's just a very uh, well done, wonderful flick that I thought was just tremendously well done. Um, And you've got one hell of a cast here. I mean, you've got Lon Chaney Jr., Claude Rains, who would go on to be in the next movie we'll be talking about, um, The Invisible Man, which I'll be talking about after this. He would go on to be in The Invisible Man. There's also Warren William, Ralph Bellamy. You also have Bela Lugosi in there for a little tiny role, like very very small, very small role. But yeah, Patrick Knowles, um, so many. It's just a lineup of a wonderful cast here. And this is my introduction to Lon Chaney Jr. I've never seen any of Lon Chaney Jr.'s movies before, and I've seen Lon Chaney, Phantom of the Opera, and I got to see more Lon Chaney. But this is my introduction to Lon Chaney Jr. And I thought that this movie was wonderful in many ways, and in one of those ways, the acting. Lon Chaney Jr. in this movie is a wonderful lead. And the cast is great. The acting performances are spot on. And to get into the story real quick, pretty much Lon Chaney Jr.'s character Larry Talbot, he comes into town. He's been gone in like California, I think L.A. for a while. Been in America. He finally comes back to this hometown where he's at, and he's pretty much part of this really wealthy family, the Talbot family. And he goes there and works on telescopes and is basically taking over this business. And he finds this girl there who he's kind of in love with, and um, he wants to take her out on a date pretty much. But you find that she's engaged, and he's pretty much caught in that awkward triangle where she's engaged, he still likes her, she likes him, but the boyfriend's there, so you got that weird thing going on. Um, and one day he goes to visit this girl in the shop, and he finds this cane with a silver wolf handle on it, with I think it's like a pentagram on it, like a pentagram symbol on the handle. And of course, everybody knows this saying about, how at night, no matter how faithful a man is, he can still become a wolf by the full moon's uh, shine or something. I want to get I want to get the line. It's a brilliant line. I thought it was wonderful. Um, I'll look it up real quick. But yeah, basically he he's out walking his girl and her friend to this gypsy. They're going to go visit these gypsies. And one of them is Bela Lugosi. playing Bela, and he doesn't really have any lines. And I think in the 40s, Bela Lugosi wasn't treated very well in Hollywood, which is really a shame. I feel so bad for Bela Lugosi. I mean, even in the beginning of his career with Dracula, they just kind of barely gave it to him. And I feel like Bela Lugosi is just such a he's an actor I feel bad for because yeah, he got famous and he got successful, but it was so hard for him to do that. And it was so hard for him to be in Hollywood and to work on movies because I heard that is it the Ghost of Frankenstein Bela Lugosi plays Frankenstein? And they did stuff to his character in that movie and they made it to where it like basically affected his performance. And in this movie they messed around and they're like, oh, we're gonna only have you in the movie like 3 minutes and then you're gonna get pretty much killed off and that's it for Bela Lugosi. Really, in the 40s, that was when Bela Lugosi was getting treated very harshly by Hollywood, um, which is a shame. It really is a shame. But basically, the character Bela transformed into a werewolf, which is a little strange because when he turned into a werewolf, he's just a regular wolf, which is regular wolf form. So I'm kind of curious as to what was all about because he doesn't turn to the actual wolfman that we see later on. He's just a regular wolf, and he attacks this lady, and you get the idea that he killed her, ripped her throat out, and he also bites Lon Chaney Jr. And Lon Chaney Jr., of course, he learns that it's healed up, he's getting questioned, and one night it turns to a werewolf or the Wolfman. Walks around and I think he murders a guy and rips his throat out, which you don't see any of that gore. It's said in dialogue later on, and the town goes into a frenzy. They're trying to figure out what this is. Is it an animal? Is it a killer? And this gypsy tries to help him out, and basically there's this thing where if a pentagram appears on a victim, it's the next victim of the Wolfman. So if you see a pentagram appear on you, that means you're going to be the next victim. Which is something that's never been really used again. I mean, if you think about it, the whole pentagram thing, I remember being used in American Werewolf in London, but not to where it appears on your body and stuff like that. It was basically just like the symbol on the wall. What's the symbol on the wall mean? That great scene. And pretty much he tells his father about what's going on. Of course, his father doesn't believe him. Ties him down in this chair. Says, "All right, I'm gonna lock the door. Tie down this chair, and I guarantee you won't get out of here. It's all in your mind." And of course, he does get out. Gets caught in this bear trap, and pretty much these people end up finding out that he really is the Wolfman. And he goes out there, attacks his father, almost kills him, until the father pretty much kills him with this cane. And the movie ends, and pretty much with the father killing the son, who's the Wolfman, with this silver cane. And that's pretty much the basic plot of it. And I got the quote right here that I've been looking for. "Even a man who is pure in heart and says his prayers by night may become a wolf when the wolf's bane blooms and the autumn moon is bright." I love that line. That's such a great line right there. That's such a great line. And it's repeated like 3 times, 4 times in the movie, but it's really good. I loved it. Now, the positives, there's a lot of positives, like a whole lot of positives. First of all, like I said, Lon Chaney Jr. delivers a wonderful acting performance. You feel so bad for him. You feel so bad for the character. And he just portrays the sorrow and the sadness very well. You feel bad for the character. You really do. And his girlfriend was a decent actress and decent character. I like the supporting cast. I mean, Claude Rains did a good job. Warren Williams did a good job. Ralph Bellamy did a good job. Patrick Knowles. The little bit of Bela Lugosi in there was pretty cool. So as far as the acting goes, the acting is phenomenal in this movie. As far as visuals go, it's got a wonderful look to it with the shadows and the smoke. The black and white feel, again, really adds the atmosphere to the film. I really love the makeup on the Wolfman in this movie, which I thought was very, very well done. The Wolfman makeup is just so infamous and so well done, and I thought it was so cool. Also, for being a 1941 film, there is quite a bit in this movie that happens. I mean, like I said, you don't see him ripping throats out, but they mention it in dialogue. And I was like, okay, they're actually like mentioning that in dialogue that this person got their throat ripped out. Oh, that's kind of crazy they do that back then. So that happens. The usage of pentagram and stuff like that is very like surprising they would use that too. Um, and the thing is, it does take a while for you to see the Wolfman, but the thing about the Mummy is that I didn't really care for the characters or the story or what was going on. Here I did. So at least in this movie, they keep you engaged and to where when you do see the Wolfman, it's more of a slow build to the Wolfman. Like it's a build up. And the payoff is there and I thought it was just a great effect and great scene. I also really like the dialogue. I like certain scenes, um, where the gypsy lady tells him, whoever is bitten by a werewolf and lives becomes a werewolf himself. So you got that great line. I believe is it Maria Ospinskaya as Melva? She did a great job playing the gypsy lady. Yeah, I mean, you got a wonderful cast here, man. These people all did a great job in this film. And yeah, I mean, the sets look really nice. The in-town sets look nice. Um, the usage of darkness and shadows and fog and the black and white feel really have a great tone to it. Not a lot of music in there, but when the music is there, I do like it. I like the opening titles, how the Wolfman title was like kind of like this. I don't know if it's like a fur texture to the Wolfman titles or it was like a scratch. I can't remember, but it was a cool title, opening title sequence. But yeah, it's well shot, it's well directed, it's well acted, has a good story to it. Very straightforward. It's a very fast paced movie. Has a wonderful atmosphere to it. Great dialogue, very engaging, very energetic. I really enjoyed this movie a lot. But yeah, basically that's my thoughts on The Wolfman. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I recommend The Wolfman. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Great film. Wonderful, wonderful movie. But anyways, guys, my quick review on The Wolfman. Hope you guys enjoyed. The Explorer of Horror is out. What would you guys rate the movie out of 10? Do you like it? Do you not? Let me know in the comments below. I'll be seeing you guys later. The Explorer of Horror is out. Bye, guys.